Hi everyone, welcome to SarahnnSays.com. Today we are reading, resourcing, and reviewing the 12th book of the 17 books we are doing so in 2017. And today we will be talking about The China Study by Colin Campbell and Thomas M. Campbell II. To jump right in, this book review is probably going to be a little bit shorter because, to be completely honest with you, I did not read the book cover to cover. The book is about diet and nutrition, so it talks about this huge study that the Campbells did many years ago about people in China. They did research on people in China and they looked at different populations and different communities, their eating habits, what types of things they were putting in their body, and how it directly related to their health. So, spoiler alert, I'm just going to tell you right now, the bottom line is that if you eat a plant-based diet, they try not to use the words vegan or vegetarian in this book, but if you eat a plant-based diet that consists mostly of fruits, vegetables, and grains, you are likely to live longer and have a healthier life than people who consume lots of animal protein, which comes from meats and different types of dairy. I'm not really sure how this book got on my list. I think that I was doing a lot of research when I was deciding which ones I was going to read this year, and I found that this book was a popular book about nutrition. I also found out recently when I was doing more research, when I came around to reading it, that it's more talked about than it actually is read. So I thought that was kind of funny because I got the book, I made sure I got it in my hands, and then when I got to it, I'm like, oh my God, this is a lot of data. So it includes a lot of numbers, a lot of statistics, a lot of things that basically all come down to diseases and cancers that we have in our body being linked to animal protein. So it also talks about how we don't need animal protein to survive. Everything that we need as far as nutrients and vitamins we can get from nature or plant-related food, plant-based food, so that we don't really need to consume meat and dairy and milk and cheese and chicken and fish even to get the nutrients and the protein that we need for our bodies to be healthy and to function. Of course, this book was published in 2005. It is 2017. So this whole wave of being vegan, I don't want to use that term because they didn't use that term, the whole wave of eating a certain way and it being directly related to your health as it relates to eating meat and eating dairy. In 2017, this is not a new phenomenon. People have been on this vegetarian, vegan wave for many years now, and it's not anything that's a surprise to people who don't eat meat or to people that do eat meat. But when this book was published, when this book first came out, it was the first one of its kind to really establish this idea that eating meat was linked directly to harmful things for your body. And it was the first book that says we're going to show you why you should eat a certain way, why you shouldn't eat meat, why you shouldn't eat protein. And it blew up. It was pretty popular, obviously, because that was a phenomenon in 2005. But to share anything new with you about the book would probably be very difficult for me. I did get a chance to read in detail some of the studies that they performed and some of the things that they looked into specifically that talk about breast cancer and how breast cancer is linked to consuming lots of dairy at a young age, and you're more likely to get breast cancer if you hit puberty earlier. We talked about how Americans are more likely to have heart disease and obesity and diabetes because of the way our diets have been constructed over the past few centuries, and how they've grown and how they've not grown in the positive, healthier direction. But basically, it gives lots and lots of details of all of these studies that they performed in China. The study was performed with Cornell University, University of Oxford, and the Chinese Academy for Preventive Medicine. Those were the three universities that conducted this study, which lasts over a decade. And they looked at around 1,000 different small communities in China, and they looked at how the history of eating in those communities were affecting the health of those people. So they really tried to look at communities where health trends were singular, and that things that they could link back generations were consistent for younger generations. So definitely an interesting read as it relates to that part of it. But the bottom line about eating fruits and vegetables and that leading to a healthier lifestyle is not any new information. The China study is interesting. I would recommend it to somebody who's maybe studying nutrition, who's really interested and passionate about details of diets and metabolism and molecular biological cells and the breakdown and all that. If you're into chemistry, if you're into biology, go for it. The China study. If not, pretty much eat fruits and vegetables. That's the bottom line. Thanks for watching. Until next time.